Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex and I would absolutely love it if you love the content, if you love the videos, if you've been coming every single day to watch these Big Brother live recaps because I can see the analytics. Now, if you've been coming every day and you have not hit subscribe yet, I would absolutely love it if you could help me to drum up engagement on the videos by liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and also just, just share the videos, okay? Get the videos out there. It really inspires me to keep creating. It gets the videos out to more people. It lets me know you guys like the videos. So today, we are going to talk about day 38 in the Big Brother house. Okay, we have a new HOH, we had an eviction, and things are already starting to heat up. So let's get into it. So we're just going to start right at the eviction because I'm going to be honest, I feel like the conversations that happened earlier in the day yesterday are kind of irrelevant at this point. Now that someone has been evicted. So we had the AI arena on the show. Was I the only one who did not understand this? Like, I understood the competition, but it was kind of hard. Like that middle one, okay, the first two was easy, but the middle words, I was like, I don't know what this is talking about. So that was very challenging, but in either event, Chelsea does win. She takes herself off and Brooklyn goes home. So all in all, I think the week went as expected. Brooklyn was Tucker's original target, and she does end up leaving the house. So the feeds are down for a while. Like, I think the feeds came back like after midnight Eastern time. It was so late. But we find out our new HOH is...
Like, no, me too.
T-Core! And you know what? I've been saying I want to see a T-Core, Chemo, or Joseph HOH because I feel like they are people that have their hands in a couple of different places. They have a couple of different alliances. And overall, I want to see what they're going to do when they're in power. So I was actually so happy for T-Core to win because I want to see what T-Core is going to do with it. Okay? And T-Core wasted no time whatsoever. Okay? She started her one-on-ones last night, so we're going to dive into those one-on-ones. But first, everybody was very happy for T-Core. Rubina was literally sobbing.
Love you, T. Congratulations. Oh, so happy for you.
Rubina and Chemo were literally in tears, talking about how T-Core deserves this. Tucker actually had cried as well when he was talking to her, and it was very sweet to see, I think that, a lot of people look at T-Core, they see someone who's a bit quieter, they see someone who's a bit more introverted, and as somebody who's also introverted, it's probably not obvious from these videos, I just felt that. I thought it was cute. So a lot of people were happy for her. Also, so many people were trying to reassure her that, no matter what she does, it's not going to matter. It's not going to be a big deal. Everybody's going to understand that you have to put people up, and no one's going to take it personally what she does. That's probably where the nice stuff I have to say is going to end because I'm going to be honest with you, T-Core is kind of annoying. Watching these one-on-ones, I was already kind of annoyed. So let's just jump into it. So, of course, T-Core's first one-on-one is with Chemo. So Chemo says, look, I think that we should put up MJ, Cam, Leah, or Tucker.
If Tucker would be willing to volunteer, I don't know. He would rather not, but I think he would understand if he needed to.
One of those four should go up, or three of those four, we should say, should go up. They are good options. They want to ask Tucker, or he says, look, we should ask Tucker if he's down to be a pawn, because we know Tucker does that in this game. And I honestly thought, very easy way to go about things. I agree. Tucker is always so willing to be a pawn, so why not put him up? Now, T-Core says she likes Leah and she wants to keep her safe, but Chemo wants her up. So keep that as a 1, because T-Core has a few people that I do not understand why she wants to keep them safe this week, Leah being person number one. She says she is not touching Chemo, Rubina, or Chelsea. You can add that to the list of people. Keep Chelsea in mind, too. Now, Chemo says if you take away all of the alliances plus Chelsea, the only people that are really left to put up are Leah and MJ. And again, for some odd reason, T-Core really wants to protect Leah because she likes her. Okay. Now, Chemo suggested that Tucker may be willing to volunteer to be a pawn. So again, they really want to talk with him and see if that's something he'd be down to do. And Chemo also says, look, what about Cam? Maybe he, takes himself off or he gets taken off by someone. And then if we need a renom, we could put up, or you could put up Leah. Now, Chemo says she's not going to get her hands dirty in any way, shape, or form by putting up Quinn, by no alliances, because the only alliance that Quinn has, remember, at this point is the Visionaries, and that's with the two of them. So there's no other group that would care if Quinn goes on the block. So right after this, Tucker and Chemo have a conversation, and Tucker off the bat is like, so what about Chelsea and Cam?
Oh, gosh. I know what she's going to do because there's not too many options outside.
Like, I think that they could go up, there's clear and good reason. Chemo says, she really wants to protect Chelsea. She really likes Chelsea. So it's pretty unlikely that Chelsea's going to go up, but outside of that, he is not sure. Now, Tucker thinks that Quinn, Cam, and Leah is good nominees, or even possibly MJ. Tucker thinks he's like, look at how Leah reacted. Like, look at how fake she was being when she won. And a lot of people do express this concern of people getting close to T-Core this week because she's HOH. In fact, Leah expressed this to T-Core of be careful. There might be people that are trying to get close to you because you're HOH. And Leah even says, I don't want to be that person. But we'll talk about their talk later. So Tucker says he'll tell her, I'm cool with her doing whatever. I'm cool with everyone. And I'll even volunteer to go up as a pawn if she needs one. Again, easy option. Now, Tucker and Rubina have a conversation. They are still skeptical of Quinn and definitely potentially want him to go up. At this point, Tucker says, MJ and Cam, I just want to see them on the block no matter what. And Tucker keeps talking about, this week one thing that Chelsea and T-Core have, because everybody's wondering, why not Chelsea? Why not Chelsea? And Tucker keeps bringing up that okay, week one, they had this thing. I don't know if they still have it, but they did have that week one. And so because of that, she's not going to put up Chelsea. And again, it is a thing throughout the night of why T-Core is not putting up Chelsea. Okay, now Tucker and T-Core, they have their little chat.
No, it's a game. And it's really hard to put people up there. And just, I was raised to thine own self be true. So be true to whoever you think. And I'm not even telling you to put up whatever. I know you.
Tucker says, look, I'm cool with everyone. I really don't care what you do. I'm even willing to go up as a pawn if you need somebody. He, again, reassures her that everyone loves and adores you. No one's going to, put any targets on your back for whatever you do this week. Don't worry about it. This is the hardest HOH. So go for that. Now, he does say Quinn is one of the strongest competitors and just period one of the strongest players in this game. But his personal main targets, Tucker, are still Chelsea and Quinn because of whatever, the collective, the Pentagon, and then obviously just comp wins, things like that. So he says, hey, look, if you choose my chip or if Rubina's chip gets chosen, I'd love to play veto. Tucker's put me in, coach. And And overall, they do get a bit emotional at the end of their conversation. He is crying, telling her that she helped him at some of his darkest days in the house. And it was actually very cute. It was a very emotional one-on-one. And again, you could tell that people are genuinely happy that T-Core won. You could tell how well liked she is in the house. I do think T-Core is a quieter player, but she has a lot of friends and a really good social game. So I hope she doesn't make a mistake this week. Now, T-Core and Angela have their one-on-one, and
shocked, but also very, very grateful. It's definitely like, you know, I feel like my immediate reaction was happiness, but then immediately
T-Core tells Angela, look, 6th Avenue is safe. Now, T-Core asks her, who would you put up? And mind you, T-Core is asking every single person, who would you put up? Who's a threat to your game? What do you think? At least for her allies, anyway. Angela says, I'm going to be honest, I don't really want to, like, give names or be involved in it because that would make me feel bad. I mean, Angela knows. Angela is smart, okay? She has turned it around where she's like, I know not to say not one name so that could come back on me. So she says, I don't really want to do that. I don't think I'm the person to ask. So she tries to rephrase the question. And she says, okay, like, well, who would be, like, what kind of player would be a threat then? You know, you don't have to say a specific name, but what kind of player would be a threat? She says, look, me and Quinn are okay, but I don't know that he wouldn't put me back up again. She also feels that Leah is iffy because no one really truly knows where Leah's head at. But she does say that Leah takes the time to talk to her. So she feels bad for even kind of throwing her name out there because she's unsure of her. But Leah is one of the people in the house that like genuinely speaks with her, sits down with her. So she's not sure yet if that's the right decision. She mentions Chelsea because Chelsea put her up. And then she says overall, though, like, look, don't let my feelings influence you. You know, Angela really wants to make sure she is not under any heat whatsoever. I don't blame her for where she's been. So she said, look, but that's all just, you know, that is what it is. So Leah and T-Core have their one-on-one.
And I think that's what makes it so hard.
Yeah.
I would do exactly what you're doing and like keep talking to people. I guess
and T-Core says, like, I don't know what to do. Like, I was not trying to win. Leah's like, I know, like, I don't want to be there either. I mean, not that I wish that it wasn't me, but still, So Leah, she asked Leah the same question, and Leah once again says, I don't really know who I'd put up. It's kind of tough, but she does say, look, the bigger concern is people trying to get close to you all of a sudden. She's like, you know, I know that you won't put up Angela because you and Angela are super close now, but she tells her, why don't you think of people who you don't talk game with, who you have no idea where their head is at? She says, you know, MJ is someone I know that says that she doesn't talk game with anybody. She doesn't really, you know, have any really like game relationship with you. So maybe she's an option. So it's definitely looking like MJ is likely going to be at least one of the nominees. Like, I think it's just very clear, especially because T-Core wants to protect Leah. Now, Joseph and T-Core have their one-on-one, and Joseph says, look, what about MJ, Cam, and Chelsea?
This is just my opinion. If you don't, and you know I'm going to back you no matter what you do. I think you should put up Cam, Mackenzie, and Chelsea. Because I know you like Chelsea, but she wouldn't go home in any scenario.
You know, he says that Chelsea wouldn't go home no matter what because she, in any circumstance, and it makes sense because you were on the bottom of that alliance you were in with them, the collective. You know, he says that Leah, Chemo, and Quinn would not come after her, so it's probably best to not target them specifically, but he does think that Chelsea would go after Rubina and other people that they are aligned with. So she's like, okay, but what about anyone else? Like, do you have like any other person, like maybe a fourth person? He says, look, like, maybe you could do Quinn and convince him that you're just like letting him play for Vito, you know, that it's kind of just like not a pawn situation, but you're letting him play, you're giving him a chance. But he says, I really don't think you should do Leah because Leah will probably think she's on the outs if she goes up. She also tells him that Tucker volunteered to be a pawn, and Joseph is cool with that idea. He thinks it's great, and he says even if push comes to shove, they do have the 4 votes they need in order to make sure that Tucker does not go home. So again, Joseph is also out here trying to put a good word in for Leah. He has decided that he wants to be able to say, look, I had your back, you know, to T-Core. And I guess he wants Leah as a number for himself as well. So T-Core and Quinn have their one-on-one.
Dramatic excuse to put me up. I don't think Angela would put me up. Who are the comp beasts? Like Mackenzie can win a comp, and she like that one's.
And you know, Quinn says the same thing about how well liked she is. No one's going to be mad. She's not going to be making herself any like targets on her back. Now he says his biggest threats are anyone that was in the collective or the Pentagon because they have obvious reasons to want to put him up. He doesn't feel like Angela would put him up, but he does think that MJ is a comp beast or she would win competitions. So there's a possibility of her. Now, he believes Cam when he says that he's chilling in the game. However, he thinks that chilling could include putting him on the block. So overall, he said he told Chelsea that he would not vote her out, and he followed that back up with her after the vote, you know, so he thinks maybe they're getting on better-ish terms. And he's not too sure about Joseph and Tucker at this current moment. Now, T-Core says, look, I don't want to put Cam up because I know it would be challenging to put the same person up twice in a row. I feel like T-Core's list of people she doesn't want to put up is like 6 people at this point. And it's like, girl, why are you not going to put up certain people? Now, Joseph and Leah, they have a conversation and he tells her, look, T-Core, Chemo, and Rubina are seen as a trio, that they need to get out Rubina. He doesn't say it outright, but he's basically hinting towards it, that maybe it's time to go for her. Leah discusses that Rubina and Tucker are also a thing, talks about, look, how they were holding hands, how they did stuff in the HOH room. Remember, Leah's jealous, okay? So she gonna make sure that we know that. And Joseph says, look, no matter what happens in here, I'm looking out for you, which makes it very clear that Joseph is trying to keep Leah in his back pocket as a number, even possibly as a potential person to bring, you know, a floater to drag to the end with him. And that's where we kind of leave off, guys. Things are really heating up. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Chelsea being Take 3. I think T-Core being so unwilling to put Chelsea and Leah up, to me, makes absolutely no game sense whatsoever. I understand not wanting to put both of them up because it's still good to probably have a floater around just for an easy number. But to be so unwilling to particularly put up Chelsea, who I guarantee you had Chelsea won HOH, she would not have hesitated to go for T-Core and Chemo. And don't tell me that's not true. I think she would have. I really think she would have. So to me, I'm a little bit confused about her game plan. And I think a lot of other people are also confused about her game plan. So now, things of note. Cam tells Chelsea there is an alliance between Tucker, Rubina, Chemo, and T-Core. He claims he's going to try to get into that alliance. And if he didn't win HOH, he would have put the 3 up, those 3 minus T-Core. Okay, Cam. Now, Cam also tells Chelsea that only them and Quinn would put up Tucker. Everyone else loves him and is, well, no, not everyone loves him. Everyone is scared of him, and they're the only ones not scared. He does talk about how everyone loves Chemo and T-Core and that they are the strongest duo in the house, you know, because they are so well loved and because they are like an inseparable duo, they are, you know, strong. Now, Joseph tells Rubina that she feels Chelsea should go up because she doesn't go home in any circumstance. And that is what Joseph was going hard too. He was going hard against Leah going up and for Chelsea to go up because she doesn't go home. MJ and T-Core, they have a conversation. All to take from this is that MJ tries to say she has T-Core's back. She's not going after her. She really doesn't want to go up. But the reality is that MJ is likely going on the block as at least one of the nominees. Maybe not unfortunately. Unfortunately for her. Now, there was a little bit of something that happened last night, and we don't know the full details, but basically, Chelsea apparently was crying at some point, saying something inappropriate was said. I have no idea what it was actually about because the feeds were cut, and then anytime T-Core was having a conversation with someone, it would also get cut. And Frenzy, that alliance, they also had a meeting, and their meeting was cut. So it's not really 100% clear what happens, but it seems like somebody at some point said something inappropriate to Chelsea last night, and she was really frazzled and worked up about it. Okay, that is the night, y'all. It was a lot, okay? But we got T-Core. We're going to see her nominations today. I am really excited. Like I said, this week, I want to see people who haven't been at the forefront. And so I'm so glad that T-Core won. Anyways, if you got to this point of the video, that means you like the video. So if you can help me drum up engagement on the video, I would love it if you would like, share, comment, and subscribe. It helps to get the videos out there. It helps to get them to more people. Share them with your friends, your family, whoever in your life watches Big Brother as well. And please make sure you're subscribed. Make sure the bell button is on so you know when I drop these recaps almost daily. And make sure you are still subscribed because YouTube is on that funny stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!